blues key, that same root becomes the fifth. Okay, so that's the rule note for note. So here's root key of the blues. I have my lowest playable note on my fretboard and my guitar, this C. Okay, that same note is the sixth of the blues master pent key. That same note is the second of the blues magic diatonic key, and that same note is the fifth of the root Mixolydian blues key. So let's just do our I'm on the green bar. Okay, now we want to make it interesting, right? You know, this the system for playing the blues, and then when we're done, we could just throw in a chord and make it all sound super good. You know, you just throw in one or two minor chords to a blues progression and things, and you got yourself a song. Okay, so first thing in the root key of the blues, we could do regular pentatonics, right? The dog's trying to play along with her paws. And then the G. Back to the C. So that's our regular root key of the blues pentatonic scales for that 1, 4, 5. But look what happens if we make that 1 the fifth of this key. So let's play this key, and you kind of get a feel for where these things are. And this is, I can't stress this enough. It's not just guesswork. You know where they are. You know where they have to be. You get a feel for it. It's like riding a bicycle. There's shape fitting involved here, but notice in this E box here, there are sunken chords in the root key, the blues pentatonic. So we'd have to play the long pentatonic there, root 2, 3, 5, 6, root 2. The walkover takes us right into the next cage shape. The next cage shape from E is D. So we'd just be playing a D pentatonic there. Okay, but let's look at blues magic diatonic key here. It says it has a D shape for its 1. So we'll be just dealing with the 1s at first. Okay, so we've got a 1, 4, 5 here, D, G, A. That's definitely the blues. So this is the root key of the magic key. You know, the blues magic key. 1, 4, 5. The only weird thing is this, which is a pentatonic advance on the 1 there. So we have this magic going on between here. Now here we have a half shape to worry about. First thing I did was I took the root key of the blues shape, the E shape, and I go down a shape with it. So let's say if we were doing that in E, I go down a shape. Then from there, I'm going to go up to its next cage shape. E goes to a D. So the D would be like here. Okay. Once again, the reason we went to this is we've got a D shape there, and here's our D shape, and here's our D shape for the BMMK right there. You see how the numbering affects it? Look at this E. When I start dropping the root down to a 7th, so it starts to sound like a blues chord. I go like that, we're kind of dropping down to the 4th there. Okay, so we start with our E. See, now we're in the RMBK because we're making this the root key of the blues into an E. Now there's no mystery here. We just played that. We just play this one now. We're going to do these shapes. The magic happens when we find out that these shapes are often playable. We're not going to particularly start that shape on root here. We could start it right here, you see? And it has to do with how it's derived. Let's just look at this position to see if it'll help explain. We start with a C, E, G. Okay, now we're going to make that C a 7. We're going to take it to the A chord and kind of bounce back and forth with that. That gives you time to do the little pentatonics. So we can start with blues master pent key. We're going to do a D shape. Now here's where it works, what I was talking about. That D shape's going to start on the 4th. So we're going to go we're going to write here 1, 2, 3 shorts, and then we're going to go over for the first long of the D shape, hit the tuning third up here and go up here for the D shape. So you can fit that D shape right in there. Of course, you know, with the C box you can do that. So let's see what we got. Okay, that is the D shape of the root master pen key. Also the A shape, obviously, if you can fit a D shape, you can fit the A shape. But this is the diatonic key where we want to play a scale. So let's look at it. Okay, that's the A diatonic scale. That's why I like to call it the blues magic diatonic key. Now the blues master pent key would be the D shape at that point. The better to play the D shape. Alright. So we've got our different keys. Now we were playing in the Mixolydian. We were playing in the Mixolydian, weren't we? We were playing in the Mixolydian. We were starting here, so we made the C. So what we can do is we play a little bit of what we were playing and then go over to the regular root key of the blues. You mix them up and it sounds really awesome. So we're in RMBK on top there. We're on the C, going to that A shape. Nice to know, you know, hey, if this says G shape, our G shape is right there. It says G chord right there. Okay, so let's try it. Again, we want to start a little 1-4. Now when we're ready to go to the RMBK, we're going to go to the 7th of that G shape. So we're really going to accent that 7th by going to the 4th there. It's going to be an E shape. So it'll be like this. Sounds like almost like Little Drummer Boy song. Okay. So we're right here. I'm gonna actually square it off so there's no mistake about it where we are at. We're in the root key of the blues keyboard. I wrote this so we could know. So the numbering, this root is our root key of the blues. It's not the RMBK, which takes the 5th of the root key of the blues, which is the key such that its 5th is the root key of the blues. So now we're going into the RMBK because we're starting to take the root key of the blues and make it into a fifth. And by the way, let's take a minute and learn these 4 5s. For the C, if you treat C as a 5, it's going to be an A-shaped form. Okay, the A, just drop it down to the G shape. The G, down to the E shape. See where the 7th is on the C with the pinky? You just hit that and make it an A shape. Okay? That's what I've been doing. As long as you get it, the point across, it's now a 5th chord. We can go to its 7th. So if we started on D, the normal root key of the blues for D, I just made a box for here, right? You can use the same box. Use the same box, and we'll just box out the D thing here. So we got D, G, A, but now RMBK is going to be the key such that its 5th is the root key of the blues 1. So we're going to make that a 5-4 deal. So now we know where D goes. And remember, the 7th of the 5th, okay, in the mode, in the regular Ionian mode, the 7th of the 5th, the Mixolydian, is the root of the Lydian. In other words, in the key of C, okay, we go to the G, the 7th of that G is the root of the F. So instead of going, we can go. Okay, so we could get this little blues thing going. So let's see. Let's get our pentatonics going. Let's get the blues master pentatonic key. So we're going to do a D there. That D is going to be fit right in for us in the root key of the blues C box. So that's an easy place to start. Okay, the E box again is involved in half shapes and stuff like that, and long pentatonics. So instead of bouncing down to that, we're going to just play the C7. So now we're in root Mixolydian blues key because C is the 5th, so it's going to be a C7 there. Let's start with our C7 here. Again, we're here and here, the same thing. But we're really not in root key of the blues because we've got a C7, so we're up here in root mix blues key. Then we're going to do one of these guys, whichever one I decide on. See if you can guess which one it is.